see you in my dreams. I see your face. It's haunting me. I guess I need you, baby. And every time. Hey, everyone. How's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. I have a couple of announcements here. So this is a OMI, Definity, DMC, daCAT, SHIRO, DEVVE live stream. VeVe announcement hints at a new license. So this is a couple days old. This is probably going to be a 2.5 hour show because there's so much to go in and talk about. Let's see what we got here. What's the first thing? I'm up to 270 million OMI. I will likely not go to New York Comic Con because I unless crypto goes crazy, I am locked in. So we just had something with daCAT. So somebody sold like $17,000 worth of daCAT, and like I legit just got another 10 million OMI. So I'm up to, again, like 270, like 271. And I want to buy the dip on daCAT. Unfortunately, there's just like nothing there. I just don't have it. I'm fairly well positioned for the next, for the what do you call it, the bull when it comes, for alt season when it comes, but I just can't see spending like an extra and granted, you don't have to go to New York and spend, you know, like 5K. You can go to New York and kind of keep it to like $1,000 or so, but whenever I go there, there's always so many things I have to do, and that probably should be good to go. But I'm going to the Florida event, the charity event, because I already committed to that. Unless my back actually does break, which it might, because the VA still hasn't called me. I'm going to stack crypto like no other. So that's what I'm doing. I just had, and the reason I was late here is because I had a meeting with the DigiJoint, and the DigiJoint. So that comic is done. I wrote that comic in like 10 days. I have a Heine coin comic that I'm like 7 pages in. And I'm not 100% sure where to go with that. So I'm going to email them tomorrow, the first like 7 or 8 pages, depending on how they can get to tonight. So this is all in the daCAT universe. Nike the Pig had nothing but great things to say about it. Super excited. The DigiJoints people seemed pretty excited when I talked to them about what I did, and I just emailed it to them. So they're going to be very happy. It's very, very good. That the DigiJoints is a little bit of a team up, because you have Nike the Pig, you have SHIRO on there as well. That's going to be in that, and daCAT. So I'm planning out for like the 5th and 6th daCAT book, and I've only written 2. The third one hasn't been written yet. It's like 10 pages in. So yeah, lot of stuff going on here. It's a lot of moving parts, and again, someone just sold like $17,000 worth of daCAT, and if I didn't just get another 10 million OMI, I would 100% be getting more of this. And I have like, well, now it's worth like 7K. So I just don't, should I get more? Should I get more? I don't know. I mean, I always want more daCAT. Anyway, let's take a look at daCAT, since I had talked about that recently. 22,000 in volume. Unfortunately, most of that is sell pressure. Even though it says 9 buys and 2 sells, we just had a motherfucker of a sell. And the guy who sold just, I don't think is a bad guy. He wasn't intentionally trying to hurt the chart. What happened was he just had life got in the way. He over leveraged himself, and he's like, hey, I really wish I didn't have to, but I unfortunately do. And he sold. So there's been a bunch of people buying the dip. I think a bit to their own detriment. Because like, again, I don't want, so I've also now 6% of the ladies on the soul token. Like I have 6% of the supply. It's worth like nothing. It's like I don't even know how much it. Do I have it in a? I haven't looked at it in a day, because there's two liquidity pools, and I don't know why. Here, there's one that's like 1.7K liquidity. It's a $12,500 market cap. So again, it's worth not a lot right now. And the other one, three-ish thousand in liquidity, and like another, 12K in market cap. So owning 6% of that is really not much, right? So I have I forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, so part of the reason I like that is because nobody outside of me, there's like maybe 4 or 5 people in the ladies on the soul that have like more than 2%, or have like 3% or more. Everyone else has like 2, 1, real fractions, because again, it's not worth a lot. But with daCAT, again, like 60% of the supply is by like 30, is like by 30 whales, maybe now like 26, because a couple people got out, right? So for daCAT, actually we can go over daCAT here and take a look at it. And if I see contract address and we go over to Etherscan, and I promise I will get to a bunch of the news here real quick. I just have a bunch of okay, daCAT, and I want to see the holders. And be advised, I am not even in like the top 20 holders. I don't even think I'm in the top 30. It's my freaking thing. Let's go to the holders over here. What I do really like though is like, hey, daCAT, there's Degato, there's Grumpy Cat, there's an Average Cat, DB Crypto, Kingsley, and I know all of these guys. daCAT Studios over there, Jeff Adams. I don't know who the number 11 wallet is, or maybe I do and I just don't know. Some guy named Lost the Game. Slum Doge Millionaires number 14. I don't even know which. Yeah, I'm like number 34, right? Like I'm really, really, really far back. And I moved up because now the person behind me was the guy that had just sold a lot. But there are people, and again, owning 2% means not a lot when there's $12,000 market cap. But when you own 2% when it's $1 million market cap, it's like, okay, that's a fair amount. That is a fair amount. And that's what a lot of these people kind of have here. So when you have this much percent, when it gets to a large amount, you can have people that dump, and especially when there's not a lot of volume, there's generally not a lot of people that, again, you kind of have these buyers exhaustion that happens. Granted, it was down 20%, now it's down 14%. So again, a lot of the buys have come in slowly but steadily. And again, I really wish I could do more, but I also have to live, right? Got to live life. I did get more. So again, like all of this, like I got SHIRO recently, and I'll go over SHIRO here real quick because I think they have a couple of announcements that I'm pretty sure I cannot talk about, but they have, and where am I? Not on max, 24 hours. SHIRO's up 3.5% today. They're at $892,000 in volume, $4.1 million market cap. Again, I did just get more recently. So between getting more OMI, between getting up to 6% of the ladies on Sol, that 6% of their supply, and then getting more SHIRO. Again, I just unfortunately have no more money for daCAT. I'll get more when I can. And again, my part is really just gonna have a bunch of. So I also donated a freaking partner statue to daCAT and an AF15 ultra rare and 3 million OMI. So like I feel like if I had known this was going to happen, I would not have bought that partner statue, and I would not have bought that AF15 for it. I would have just kept it and just bought daCAT and help the chart. But what I did was really a long-term play, because I think partner statue does what, like it could do like a 80x from here. That's if a partner statue can get to $80,000, which I don't know. It probably shouldn't, but I'm going to say minimum 20x from here. And if that happens before, another meme cycle, then we can go and take that, and instead of putting $1,000 into daCAT, then now we can put like 20K into daCAT, or 10K into daCAT and keep another 10K in ETH or whatever, or OMI. And again, that's partner statue, the AF15 ultra rare. I don't know, maybe it does like a 5x. Maybe it goes from, it's like 600 now. So maybe it goes to like I don't know, 3K, 5K after fees and whatever. Maybe you get like 4K out of it. And yeah, again, it also has 3 million OMI, which I think will do fantastic. 3 million OMI is worth nothing now. But anyway, SHIRO has a bunch of announcements. I don't know when they're going to come out. I'm going to see if I can get them to announce it on the channel as well, do like a joint stream, because there's a bunch of stuff that's going on. I see so many good deals, because again, alt season might not happen for another several months. We could be down here and going down for another couple of months, but before we go crazy. But that will happen at some point. Where does it happen first? I don't know. Place your bets. Comment down below what you think. Speaking of the OMI, let's check out what they're doing. They are pretty flat on the day, up like 0.7% to 000183. We were at 181 yesterday at some point, so that was pretty low. 2 million in volume. Actually, not bad. I figured we'd have more, or I figured we'd have less. What is the percentage? 40% is from Gate.io, 13.5% from MEXC, 7% from Ascendex, and 26% from DeepCoin. So it's really just those three. Like even OKX, it's like less than 2%. So really not a lot of volume there. There's more volume on Uniswap on Base than there is on OKX. So again, I don't really think it matters how big an exchange. People want Coinbase, and again, Coinbase will be great when we get that. I'd say in the next couple of months, but what I'm really thinking is again really just that narrative. Whenever it happens. Talking to a buddy of mine the other day, and it's like probably after summer. I was like, that's cool. Give me summer to stack. That is fine. I will continue writing. I'll continue getting all this bread, putting that out there, and I will. I'll get that bread. We have a new. So while we're on OMI, we have VeVe that they put out a new. Let me see where it is. Where's the gold logo? And go to the. I don't care about that. It was something that was pinned. Okay. VeVe new upcoming events this year. So obviously they'll be at San Diego Comic-Con in a couple weeks, but they're also going to be at DCon in Hong Kong. That's going to be October 5th and 6th, which is just before New York Comic-Con. So they're going to be very, very busy during that week of October. That's going to be like their hell week, because they have to go to DCon in Hong Kong and then fly to New York from the 9th to the 12th. And then a month later, they're in DesignerCon from the 15th to the 17th in Las Vegas. So I may or may not go to New York Comic-Con, but I am definitely going to go to DesignerCon. Vegas is kind of a must. Unfortunately, my back is pretty much broken, so I will not be able to have fun at any of these events. But I'm going to go, and I'm going to drink, and I'm going to take all the drugs, and it's going to be great. Anyway, so they say, so far in 2025, we've already created amazing experiences, bringing the magic of collecting to life. With our recent event updates, we invite you to join VeVe team in cities around the world as we bring our passion for collecting to life with unforgettable in-person experiences. We can't wait to see you there. These amazing VeVe appearances and global community events are being planned now. Stay tuned for more. They have had the VeVe community planner. I don't know what they're called. They've had that job listing out for months. I'm pretty sure VeVe Magic would do that for much cheaper than anywhere else that they could get a competent person. I don't know why they just don't hire her, but again, I am not. I do not own part of the company. I am just a investor in the token and some of the collectibles. But what I am part of. So also on that, they are missing Thailand. Thailand, they said earlier in the year that they would go to. They have a large amount of gold logo holders in Thailand. I think they probably should do something in the same way that they kind of pulled out of London Comic-Con, but they still went to London anyway. I think they should do something like that in Thailand. Just again, take care of the whales. You have a lot of gold logo holders over there. Take care of those peeps. But anyway, someone that I do have a partial ownership in the company, and they own part of this channel as well, is Definity. Down about 0.25% on the day, so really nothing special. At 3.2 cents, they have $124 in volume, $55.5 million market cap, 4.9 million market cap, 5.5 fully diluted. Coin Bureau came out with an article the other day that said one of the narratives is going to be tokens that are attached to businesses with a ton of revenue. I'm going to tell you this: Definity, which has less than 10% the amount of market cap as OMI does, they have they do more revenue, and they have less people, less overhead. The margins are insane. So I have a lot. Like, my Definity bag is bigger than my OMI bag. Now, I don't say that because I put more money into Definity. I didn't. I put more money than I ever should have into OMI, and now I'm dollar cost averaging because it makes sense for me. But yeah, even if I get, so like I said, minimum I'm going to get to is 300 million. Even if I do get there, or when I do get there, probably in August, September, it will still not be as big as my Definity bag. I repeat, when I get up to 300 million OMI, which I should by probably late August, it will still not be as big as my Definity bag. So I need to step on the gas there. And then DEVVE is obviously in third place, and we'll get to them real quick. Let's go to the DEVVE and see where they were thinking of. They are similar to VeVe and Definity today, up 0.8%, so not a lot. 269,000 in volume, so super low in volume. $63 million market cap, fully diluted, 46 million regular. This is one of those things that their roadmap, like I said, I did not expect them to. I did not expect them to put out their roadmap on 4th of July. They did not, so we'll get it next week at some point. When, I don't know. Will it have the dates of when they're going to announce their exchange partner, when they're going to roll out the exchange on the new website? I don't think it'll have dates, but I do think it'll have a general, like, this will come first, then second, then third, et cetera, et cetera. We actually do have a little bit of news here, and again, I'm never going to not go live in a day again because there's so much. Thinking about marketing, perhaps only underestimating just how big DEVVE will be. It's not just another altcoin. DEVVE transcends the space, everything else in crypto, inside the crypto bubble. This is the first time crypto breaks out of that bubble in any meaningful way. This is when crypto finally says the outside world, this is what crypto can really do. That makes DEVVE bigger than anything else in crypto, with the possible exception of Bitcoin, which is the daddy. I think that's the most important marketing message to push inside of crypto. When people say stuff like this, I think that doesn't give as much credibility to it, because when you say no other crypto is better except for Bitcoin, obviously what DEVVE can do is, honestly, it does far outpace most other cryptos. But again, that's what the blockchain can do. Is that going to resonate with people? Is that going to want to make them buy it? I don't know. It should. It should, from probably smart money first, institutions and all that. Smarter money, like I said, is already here for DEVVE. And then everyone else, once it does like a 10x, then people are like, oh, okay, I should get some DEVVE. And yeah, even at $5, probably. Trying to see if I have any more for them. Robinhood had this thing where they wanted to have, I'll just read this thing. Didn't OpenAI publicly state that Robinhood's tokens do not represent true ownership, and basically that they are not involved in this? Robinhood's trying to tokenize everything, and I assume they got permission from many of the companies that they're trying to tokenize, but they didn't from OpenAI. The idea of supporting tokenized private company shares is promising, especially with the bridge between TradFi and DeFi. It shows there's demand for innovative regulated tokenization solutions, but any move into the space must be approached cautiously. Tokens must be legally compliant, audited, and offer genuine asset backing. So Robinhood Moves validates the idea, but it also signals the regulatory and trust challenges. That's actually why DEVVE's focus on full compliance, real-world licensing, and institutional-grade infrastructure is more important than ever. And I agree. And like I said, Coin Bureau have said recently that revenue-generating projects will be one of the winning narratives of the cycle. So any form of proof of revenue, i.e. buyback, should have a huge impact on whether it's DEVVE, Definity, OMI, as people will likely seek out those projects, just like the AI narrative previously. What did I do for Wednesday? Okay, correct. ETH, okay. Coin Bureau, okay, good. This is for Wednesday. I went live on Wednesday night. Okay, let me get to some of these comments here. Oh, Hype Master, what's going on? Boobs and grits, boobs and grits. Yes, yes, chesticles and grits. I had a meeting with someone recently. I thought it was you for a second, but then maybe it wasn't. I think I have an email that's pretty close to that, but maybe I'm tripping. Anyway, yeah, my last reading ran late. That's why I was late here. Kuma says, "What's up, fam?" Richard Samuel says, "Good morning." Kuma, you were close. You're close. What's up, Richard Samuel? GM. Bill Gardner says, "What up, Bill and Richard?" Bill Gardner says, "What?" Planet Vampire, Richard Samuel, and we got VeVe Zombie over there, and Nanoski. What up, every pony? Okay. What else did we get to? All right, we missed DMC. Let's go to Delorean Labs, and let's check it out. Let's get it out. All right, over the last couple of days, they are posting about, what are they posting about? BitVavo has 89,000 followers over on X, saying, new listing, Delorean DMC. You can now find DMC, Delorean Labs, on BitVavo. Explore it on their listings page. Delorean Labs says, happy 4th of July to all American families out there. Be safe today, DMC Degens, and try not to get a speeding ticket. Delorean before surgeries. It's insane. Delorean Labs says, looks like Alex Becker owns a time machine, DMC. I don't think he does, but if he does, great. Alex Becker says, the absolute rage we're about to see as altcoins don't just recover to all-time highs, but 3 to 5x them. He says it's going to be biblical. And then everyone rated from DMC, which I thought was pretty smart for Delorean Labs to go and re-quote that. Delorean Labs also says, welcome to the first tokenized vehicle built on the SUI network. On-chain vehicle analytics, production slots, buy, sell, trade, on-chain, transferable, on-chain ownership, earn DMC while driving and charging. First vehicle to integrate a crypto wallet inside entertainment console. The future of RWA starts with Delorean Alpha 5. I thought that was Darcy Donovan for a second. It's not. But a vehicle review by Supercar Blondie, 118,000 followers, and she had reviewed that. Very nice. I thought she was Darcy Donovan, but I think that's a compliment. OKX says, unchain the money, go on-chain. The future of money is on-chain, and Delorean Labs reposted that. They didn't really re-quote it. They just reposted, which is fine. And let's do DMC and see what they're up to today. What's your market cap nowadays, Delorean? Let's see. Oh, down 3.5% on the day to 0068. And they are at an $18 million market cap. So it's pretty, but 22 million in volume. It's again, like the chart looks atrocious, but I can't help but think I can't help but think that it's going to have a pretty big recovery when it goes up. It started at like 1.2 cents, went up to 1.6, went all the way down to like 0039, went up to like 008, went down to 0038 or 0037. Then it went up to over a penny. Now it's down to less than 7/10 of a penny. So again, not great looking. They do have token unlocks every month. July 21st is going to be the next token unlock, so expect a little tiny dip there. But between now and then, it could go 5x. I don't expect it to go down too much from here. Maybe it can go down like another 30, 40%, whatever. But again, what I said before, revenue generating projects will go absolutely insane. And I think this goes insane later this year. I think I have very small amounts, which is worth even less now. I'm not selling, at least not yet. I also only have half my tokens. They are going to give me another spot. If it does a 10x from here, cool. I'll take maybe a little bit off there, but for the most part, I'm gonna actually, even then, probably not. I'll let you guys know. It depends on if I have anything that needs to be gotten. Vacation, holiday weekend. Okay. Let's do the 14th. Can we do the 14th? We do the 14th. 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Supposed to have Monk on today. MONKE. Or not today. I'm supposed to have them on Monday, but they're on vacation. So I'm going to see if they can do it a week out and see where that goes. Qualified, Mr. Hofstadter. Okay, bullish as heck. Yeah, Nike the Pig. Get that bread. Love Nike the Pig. Oh, geez. Hong Kong. Singapore as well. 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. Oy. Okay. Never sell. Josh. First thing. Oy. Oy. Dude's my biggest hater. Lol. Anyway, let's move on here. Nanazoki, I just said hey to you. Or just saying, I'm planning for decon in Hong Kong. Oh, get that bread. What are you planning? What are you planning to do, Peter Parker? I would say meow 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 meow. Or gem. Unblocked. Spies, but so I tolerate. Yes. Okay, where was that? Energy, give me those. Peace, man. Peace. We got Ultraman. Okay, so all right, we also have to, did I go over everything? OMI, Definity, DMC, daCAT, SHIRO. Okay, yeah. Let's do an announcement, shall we? It's not my announcement. There's so much, guys, there's so much news to go over. Let's do, I think David shared it on his Instagram, so let's do that one real quick.
On here, voice of Ken Sato and Ultraman Rising. And I am excited to announce that we have our first official drop on VeVe, just in time for Ultraman Day, July 10th. Get ready to rise, protect, and collect. And keep your eyes peeled, because more hero-sized drops are on the way. I'll see you out there, heroes.
Boom. So this is in partnership with Netflix, and when I say that, I mean the type of Ultraman that they have is the version that's appearing on Netflix. I think that's July 10th. So again, that, and I thought that was really cool. Is it going to matter? I mean, we got the details today. Give me one sec. I have to. Yep. Yep. Oh, people are great. God, guys, don't get multiple pets if you. Oh lordy. Okay, what do we have here? Ultraman. We got the details on that today. Right? Yeah, here we go. The Ultraman Rising Series 1. So this is from Netflix. The one that's appearing soon. There's a lot of them. It is $10, so I do like that price point. For the common, there's 1,966 of them. For the uncommon, there's two uncommons. There's 1,266 and 1,266. Oh, actually, these ones are not blind box. Why did I think this was a blind box? Oh, that makes it less enticing. All right, so the common is $10, 1,966. Two uncommons are 20, both 1,266 mints. Rare, 866 mints. There's $25. Ultra rare is 30, but 466 mints. So I definitely think that'll sell out. Will that sell out right away? Probably not, because the first one that's going to sell out right away is the one that's $35, 266 mints, and they keep 25, so it's actually 241 mints. That is a secret rare called Mina. I don't know what Mina is, but I'm going to go for it because it's a secret rare that has, again, going to have 241 mints. So that'll sell out super quick. So that'll be 8K there. And then I think the other one, when people can't get that ultra rare, so let's say another 6. So they'll probably do a good 15K on that drop in the first little bit of it. And then again, whoever wants the full set, I don't know if you get anything for a full set. Doesn't say. My body. Collectible, collectors, okay. Standard, okay, very good. And as you see down below on the Subaraya Productions, the goal is to build a brand that will not only fascinate viewers with the enthralling Ultraman and Kaiju characters, but will also cultivate, enjoy, and acknowledge the virtues of courage, hope, and kindness. Subaraya Productions, or at TPC. Netflix used with permissions. I thought that was pretty cool. Second here. Oh, see, so this is where we have to call out those who do not good things. You have West VeVe saying breaking daCAT is down 14% after a well sells 17% of daCAT. And then you have Grumpy X saying was going to put 100K into VeVe, but your community is too toxic. So you never want to try to lift yourself up by pulling others down. Wes may or may not have cost VeVe 100K here. Let me screenshot both of those there. I don't. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could get Grumpy to be like, "Hey, ignore that person." But again, if you got to talk to the people that are often negative in your community, because again, if you try to pull yourself up by trying to pull others down, you might cost the community $100,000. Again, just throwing that out there. Anyway, let's move on over here. And then you have like the hate where people are like, well, still outperforming OMI, and well, he's not wrong. Like, as you can see, people are buying up the supply. You're either here to make millions or you're not. Time will tell. Early stage of a long-term project. Yeah. So again, you got a bunch of people that I really wish would kind of be a little nicer to each other, but you know, it happens. Shout out to my boys though, coming out to my defense. Anyway, we'll go get the, oh shoot. And the chart since April looks pretty bullish. And we'll say, can't blame you. Yeah. I'm not going to agree with other people for saying like the community is too toxic, but again, I'm not going to talk down to them, but I'm not going to blame them either. Because again, if you have somebody from a community that kind of shits on the thing that, and the person that commented that owns a lot of daCAT. So again, I feel like it's really short-sighted to go in and kind of shit on something when that person owns a bunch of that token and could really help out your own project. So again, I think Wes is being really short-sighted there. But you know, maybe he'll see that, maybe he won't. We'll go to, anyway, back to Ultraman Rising. So Ultraman Rising has this, what is it, 7? No, there's 6 of these pieces. 1 common, 2 uncommon. Is there a rare? Oh yeah, there is a rare. So rare is the 4th, ultra rare is the 5th, and the secret rare is the 6th. I don't think there's any airdrops. It doesn't look like there is, which is fine. Like I said, they'll make 15K in like the first hour for that, and that comes out the 10th. I got to put that in the calendar. Oh, it's already there. Cool beans. So today or this week we have, what is it? The Rabbids from Ubisoft, and the Rabbids over there. I don't think they did that well today, but let's take a look. Also before we get to the Rabbids, I want to go on David's page here real quick, and I think David had reposted it the other day, where Collector's Gone Digital. So this was on the 28th. This was like a week ago, but I couldn't see who David was following because X was being all messed up. It wouldn't let me see. But Collector's Gone Digital says, exciting news, building a custom VeVe official world just got easier on brand new website. Oh no, that's not what it was. It was after the 28th. They had said 4 days ago, Collector's Gone Digital says, I'm incredibly honored and proud to finally announce the Gone Digital brand has been working in collaboration with VeVe Official to develop various spaces for the VeVeverse. More details to come. So again, thought that was really awesome. And I noticed David had been following them for a while, and I kind of never really understood why. Okay, that's interesting. Why? And what I had noticed is that, oh, now he took it off? Unless it's not showing it. Anyway, long story short, there is now only 2 accounts that David follows. I'm sorry, there are 3 accounts that David follows that he does not have a partnership with. One is, excuse me. One is Elon Musk, where everyone's following Elon Musk, so I'm not surprised. Another is Pokemon, and again, most people follow Pokemon. I think David's just a fan. And then the last one is Roblox, and Roblox that's been teased. So I granted, Pokemon's been teased forever, right? But the Roblox tease is very recent, and I think that it is quite possible that they're at least in discussions. Could that be the big announcement? I don't think so, because that seems a little too early. Like they posted something like a month ago or 2 months ago, where like, oh, on this day in 2014, Roblox came out. And then when people are like, oh, why are you talking about this? And like, guys, this post is not confirmation of anything. This post is just talking about this particular day. And then they started doing those types of posts all the time, like on this day, Pac-Man on this day, like pick your game and put it out there. But it's also one of the only ones that David has posted over on his channel, on Instagram, I should say. So I think it's too early for that to be the announcement, but I do think they're probably talking, or at least he's trying to get their attention. So again, that's the speculation here. What we got here? Bill Garza says, I'll be in New York City this week. What's the name of that pizza place from Addiction? Oh, I forget. Ask VeVe Magic. She definitely knows. Also, don't we get a gold logo discount there? I think that was just for that weekend. I don't know if you get it there anymore. Anthony Mercado, so I'm getting close to 60 million DCA. Hopefully it's an okay amount. I think that's a very okay amount. I think that you have a that's a pretty nice amount. Ain't nothing to sneeze at. Mr. MC1's hi Randy and fan. What's up, Mr. MC1? How's it going, brother? Hope you're doing well. Oh, that's so cool. Yo, Pengu is so cool. I want to get Pengu one day. I have too many other things that I need to get, but one day I might get some Pengu. Stan Bukaza says Grimaldi's piece. Yeah, that does sound right. That does sound right, like it was there. Sean Berg, peace man. What's up, Sean Berg? How's it going, fam? I hope you're doing well. Planet Vampire says first animated Ultraman, more reasonable prices than second set 2, fairly scarce. I'm going to bid a lot of MCP for the secret rare. The secret rare is going to be good, probably a couple $100 worth. I was going to try my luck. I'll see where it goes. Maybe I should, because then at least sell it for at least 1 million OMI. And like I said, I'm up to actually. Let me reshare this. I will get to the rest of the news here, but I'm going to reshare this. But shout out to the 190 people that are here. I'm going to reshare this, quote it, and say, talking about how I just got up to 270 million OMI, and what else I'm stacking. And then I'll do the normal Definity, Devi, DMC, daCAT, and then the SHIRO. Is that it? I think that's it, right? I mean, there's other stuff, and I guess ladies, right? I'll actually tag them. I'll tag them and I'll do their thing. View post. Reshare. Okay, very good, very good. Grumpy saying, "Oh my God, I'm sorry." It's okay, Mr. Grumpy, Mr. and Mrs. Grumpy. They, them, Grumpy. It's been a little hectic, and we scratched the surface on my holdings and all that jazz, but the news we have not gone over yet. Richard Samuel says, rephrase myself, planning to attend DCon in Hong Kong, which I've got what it takes to be like Mr. MC1, just a small fish, same. What I would do to be Mr. MC1 for like a week and be like, okay, gonna go all in on this crypto, gonna sell his wine, gonna sell his houses, gonna sell everything, and then go all in on certain cryptos, and he'll thank me in 6 to 8 months. Anyway, let's go over. Yeah, we got a bunch of other stuff. On this day, I don't know how many years ago, this is 2016, where I was in the middle of Kuwait. Aircraft was broken, and we had to wait to put these pallets on. And it was in the middle of Ramadan, so we couldn't drink. When you're military and you're in a deployed location, you have to follow the local laws. And the local laws in a Muslim country was you cannot eat or drink in public because it's Ramadan. So me and my boy, we had our little like Titanic, Jack, I'm flying moment. Fun times. I'm going to post that later. It was also on this day, X amount of years ago, I made Brianna Hildebrand, who is the Negasonic Teenage Warhead. I made her laugh. I thought that was great. And I was just ripped. I was just ripped AF. After going out for one drink, delete that debate at the bar. Oh my God. So there's a debate at the bar on this night saying, are Jehovah's Witnesses mostly white or black? Because the barkeep swears they're all black, and the only ones I knew were white, and there is an intense bar debate, and we need your input right now. Long story short, I said, thanks guys for your answers. It became a bar conversation because someone called another person a Jehovah's Witness door knocking ass, and then someone said, hey, yo, he the wrong color for that. And then someone said, you colorblind, how the hell would you know, Mr. I have the vision of Donkey from Shrek ass? And then the night developed into chaos. Anyway, that was one of my favorite nights. Speaking of Brianna Hildebrand, I did get the first appearance of Negasonic Teenage Warhead. It wasn't uncommon that I got for $6, $6.50, but 6.5 gems. I thought that was fun. I love her. I can't believe Diddy got off. What the fudge, guys, right? Oh, yeah. So OpenAI Newsroom says these OpenAI tokens are not OpenAI equity. We did not partner with Robinhood. We are not involved in this, and we do not endorse it. Any transfer of OpenAI equity requires our approval. We did not approve any transfer. Please be careful. Again, be careful out there, guys. This one guy from the Definity Markets Telegram says, customers should be able to buy an arbitrary number of Definity tokens and lock them away in a smart contract for a year. Those who do this get a 50% fee rebate, arbitrary number, but only up to the dollar amount of their average Definity buy price. Per year, also arbitrary, could have more or less depending on the value. After 1 year, they can decide to withdraw the Definity or relock them at the current price. This could all be done with smart contract via one GUI, where the customer just has to put in USDT, and the Definity are automatically bought and locked into the smart contract. Of course, lock times could also be variable with different fee benefits, favoring longer lock times. And Manu said like that was a great idea. So I thought it was a great idea as well. Also, I'm gonna keep Grumpy on there because I love Grumpy. We're dating now. Not really. In my head. It's a headcanon. Coin Bureau. Secretary Kennedy says Hershey's is ditching dyes by 2027. Secretary Kennedy praised Hershey for pledging to remove synthetic dyes from all candy by 2027. He's now calling on the rest of the industry to do the same. Good for you. Good for you. I think they should do that. Hamas is satisfied with ceasefire guarantees. Hamas is reportedly content with ceasefire terms aimed at ending the Gaza war. Deal includes mediator guarantees that fighting will not resume while talks are ongoing. Trump is expected to publicly announce the agreement and act as its primary sponsor once both sides sign off. Hamas is expected to formally respond to the proposal later today. Source, Times of Israel. Clarissa Latina got a incredible, I thought she was going to do His Infernal Majesty at first, but it's the new Larry the Lobster airdrop that we got over on VeVe. I thought that was very creative. Shout out to her for that. Gem and Omi, NFTs here. Yeah, so I forget who posted this. It says on this lighting screen, do I have it here? I don't. Because we can see NFTs priced on the VeVe app in both Gem and OMI. However, there's important detail to note. The OMI listings are sorted at the bottom by the amount of OMI, not their actual US dollar value. This causes some NFTs to appear more expensive than they really are. For example, an NFT listed for 5.1 million OMI might actually be cheaper than the $2,000 based on the current OMI price, but it looks expensive simply because the OMI amount is high. Agreed. If the listings were sorted by the US dollar equivalent amount of OMI, it would provide a more accurate view of the market. So the ask is to help users spot better deals more easily, encourage more people to use OMI for purchase, and significantly boost the utility and circulation of OMI in the ecosystem. Will they do it? I don't know. Oh, actually, Stacker says this has already been discussed and the listings will stay like this. Solution is check Stacker first and you will see the cheapest item. Ash Crypto Reels is breaking. U.S. unemployment rate came in at 4.1%. Meow, meow, meow. Expectations is 4.3%. So again, I wish they would go in and send it and cut these rates. But obviously, Jerome Powell is probably going to get investigated because of his political bias. Oh, Hippo CTO, 373,000 followers over on X, had said, "What's cooking on Sui lately? Back with another state of Sui, this time featuring Delorean Labs. Expect tech, alpha, and pure motion." Pulling up or what? What is the state? Today is Saturday. Okay, we're going to still keep going here. Trump's executive director, Bo Hines, says the crypto industry will probably go to 15 to 20 trillion after stablecoin legislation becomes law. Which should happen soon. U.S. stock markets hit an all-time high on Thursday, saying Bitcoin will explode next. This is from Ash Crypto Reel. Went over that. No, do I need to go over this? Plan B, that has over 200,000 subscribers on YouTube, is very bullish for Bitcoin in 2025. He thinks it goes to several hundred thousand, and I'm inclined to agree with him. Watcher Guru says Senator Cynthia Lummis introduces bill to exempt tax on crypto transactions under 300. I think they should exempt tax transactions on anything under like 1,000, but you know, that's fine. Also, 250 million USDC was minted at the USDC Treasury. I think they should pump the market. Very good. Very good. Another 234 million USDC was minted at the Treasury. Senator Cynthia Lummis unveils bill to eliminate capital gains tax on Bitcoin payments. This is very impressive for crypto. Can't wait. You have Bybit Alpha saying DMC USDT perpetual contract is now live. Bybit contract with Delorean Labs trade up to 12.5x leverage. Shout out to them. Shout out to Wolvenite representing Buckazoids. Walk across the independence. No, I don't need to do that. U.S. House passes the President Trump's one big beautiful bill. He signed that into law yesterday. So there's a lot of stuff to celebrate. There's a lot of stuff not. My back is destroyed and I'm going to die soon. What do we got here? Plan B will say anything to pump his bag. I mean, what he says makes sense. Again, it's Bitcoin. I don't think anyone has really anything bad to say about Bitcoin. DigiJoin says add coins. Ooh, you're right. I should. You're right. I should. Coins is what DigiJoints is representing, saying to add coins, and I should. I will get some at some point. I will let everyone know when I do it. Let's do the rest of the news here. Beautiful bill. Okay. Content. 93% chance the U.S. national debt passes 38 trillion in 2025. I think it's up to 40 now. What is it now? U.S. debt clock. We are 37 right now. We are at 37 trillion. And yeah, we'll probably pass another trillion before the end of the year because that's what politicians like to do. Immutable X to OMI bridge update. Anyone buying Bitcoin right now is late. Yeah, they should have bought, years ago at like 20K and 14K and probably 73K when it, 73K when it went down there like a couple months ago. But I mean, if you want to be super safe and you still want to guarantee yourself like a 2 to 3x, again, like, should you go in and like sell your house and everything you own, like just to get one Bitcoin? Like, no. But if you already are worth, even if you're worth like 100, even if you're just worth 10 million, there's definitely other stuff you can get, but even if you're worth 10 million, which most people are not, but at 10 million, it's still probably a good idea to get a couple Bitcoin. Let's say 5, right? Put 5% of your money into it. And then it should double. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it only goes to like 130, 150, which even still, up 30% is really not bad inside of a year. Beats the market, which I think is nice. Again, was it much better to buy years ago at 20 and 14K and even like the dip earlier this year? Yeah, it was. But I think it's fine for people that have a lot of money and are okay with only getting a small gain compared to something like DEVVE, Definity, OMI, etc. Vegan things. What's going on? Give me those hearts. Love you, man. Heart. You know, man. DigiJoint says bullish. Bullish as heck. Bullish as heck. DigiJoints. I love them. What hell is in my group chat right now? Oh lordy, jealous. Yep. Balls. Yep. Pass. Yep. Oh god. Late to the party. Me too. It's drama. 10 million, 1 billion market cap would be insane. Oh god. Jesus Christ. Wes just says no FUD, just news. daCAT is a great project in my opinion, and Grumpy Cat seems fine now. They seem fine. All right, let's see where it's at since then. Take a look. We were down 20%, and now we're only down 11%. That's actually pretty bullish on how quickly everything came together. Love it when a plan comes together. Still at that $1 million market cap. I don't think we went. Did we go below it? We might have. Pure FUD in general. Agreed. Oh wow. That is a hard limit. Adding 1,500 more. Oh my God, bro. You don't need it. Oh, guys. We don't need. It'd be cool to see presence there. Oh, geez. Yeah, same. I don't. Oh my God. It's like $5,000 to go to to go to Hong Kong. I would get a gold logo. Isn't she? Oh, talk dirty to me. Anyone agree on something in the last 3 years? I have not. Oh my God, guys, I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Anyway, let's continue on. Immutable X to base OMI bridge update. The deadline to migrate your OMI from your VeVe wallet to your Immutable X on Immutable X to your Stacker wallet on base is August 1st. Tokens which are not migrated by the deadline will no longer earn daily and seasonal rewards. Users who migrate will experience several benefits, including self-custody of your OMI with full ownership and control, earn daily and seasonal OMI rewards automatically, avoid extra gas fees, all sponsored by Stacker. Use OMI to buy VeVe collectibles in the Stacker marketplace. $1 billion USDT got minted yesterday at the Tether Treasury. Crappy Base says our Pigeon King D Dastardly just posted the first ever social post directly from the Coinbase wallet. Thank you so much to Crypto Statute for onboarding us and giving the pigeons this honor. P.S. The wallet is dope. Apps, social, feed, videos, dope. Oh my gosh, the amount of Snapchats. I don't know what did I post before on Snapchat that's making people. Hey, fun under the sun. How's it going, man? Meow. Immutable X, Polygon, OMI, anything is a much better play than Bitcoin. Sold my Bitcoin for DEVVE token, much better investment, made a 3x. DEVVE is going to go bananas later. Like, I would be, what is it now? Like 40-something million dollar market cap? Let's round it up to 50. I'd be surprised if it didn't do a 100x from here. I'll say that again. If DEVVE does not do a 100x from here, I'd be pretty surprised because I kind of expect it to. Now, that being said, when it does a 10x from here, I'm going to take a little off the top because I deserve to have a little something for myself. My back is not better. I want to die. But even though the horrors persist, so do I. DEVVE's going to go absolutely parabolic. It's probably not going to be till later this year, early next year, when it becomes like the biggest exchange in the world. It'll be one of the biggest exchanges in the world, and it'll have so much money going through it. And I want to get more, but I don't have any more monies. I believe I can. Sorry, liquidity. Cut into my pool budget. Yep. Very good. Every day, I believe. Pay for pool. Yes, pay for pool. Guys, please don't over leverage yourselves. What's happened? De-risking party. Oh wow. Does it become politically viewed as paper hands wallet? I don't know. Good question. I don't know. Does it become politically viewed? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Because we are such a good community. We all reached down on what we did. We did buy the dip. Which is a problem. Sell everything and put it into the cat. Oh my God, y'all are insane. Y'all are insane, guys. Anyway, what do we have here? Are you going to? I want to go to New York. I don't know if I'll be able to. Vegas, I'm 100. I will go to Vegas in a wheelchair. I don't care. I'll have y'all push me around. I am 100% going to Vegas. New York is. Listen, right now, the VA can call me and be like, "You need emergency surgery," and I'm like, "Okay, that tracks," and I'll have to do it, and then. Or the VA can call me and be like, you kind of like, you don't need surgery, but you kind of fucked up and you're going to need like 3 months of intense physical rehab. And I'll be like, okay, that tracks too. This is why I'm not. This is why I didn't go to Portugal. This is why I'm not going to San Diego. I will go to that charity event in August in Orlando. But I'm gonna be on a lot of meds, and I'm gonna be drunk every day. I just have to. Yeah, my back is not good. But it will get better. I don't know how, but it will. Moving on. U.S. House designates July 14th through the 18th as Crypto Week. I'm going to put that in my calendar. Crypto Week. Spread my wings and fly away. Miles Baines, I hope y'all had a good 4th. The cat is on a dissy, not the cadissy. The cat's going crazy. Have I told you lately? Well, we ate again. That was a wicked red candle, and a good amount of it's eaten up. So not bad. 145K in ETH, 144K in daCAT. Not bad, kids. Not bad. Okay, where was I? Let's continue on. Shout out to I don't know who did this. Who got the number 94 VeVe logos? Whoever did, good for them. I don't know who it was, but you get that bread. Video Shane says Web3 collecting is bigger than ever, and we're bringing it to San Diego Comic-Con. Join us as we break down how collectibles, IP, community are colliding in powerful ways. The panel, The Future of Collecting, from Backhouse to Pudgy Penguins, to VeVe Official, to Oddkey, to Distillery, to McFarlane Toys, to Dropio, and Original Funko. That is 8 projects, VeVe included. This is one you won't want to miss. I think the one that stands out here is Pudgy Penguins. I think they're the ones that are likely most successful, followed by VeVe, and then followed by everything else. But that is going to happen at San Diego Comic-Con, so I'm very, very excited for that. I'm going to keep talking about this until the cows come home. Bitcoin has been consolidating near all-time highs for several weeks. Its implied volatility is approaching all-time lows. Amber International raises $25.5 million to expand 100 million crypto reserve strategy. What is the where are we at here? What is the Bitcoin and Ethereum? So Bitcoin's at 108, Ethereum's at 25.19. I am getting so like, what do they mean crypto week? That can be good, that can be bad. I just have such PTSD from when Eric Trump is like, guys, it's a good time to buy Bitcoin at $3,000, and then immediately went to 1,300. So I like have PTSD from that. We were at 1,400 on April 8th. I think, yeah, like just before that is when it got stupid. Let's see if I can. April. Yeah, it's like it definitely wicked below that. It was 13th, but it says 1451 on CoinGecko. So yeah, I want to get more ETH. I should get more ETH. I have a small amount, but I really, really need that for, just in case. Again, just in case. Just gotta get through the next few months. And again, I'm getting a decent amount of work with writing, and then randomly I'll do OTC deals with people and get committed. But it's gotta save it for a rainy day. And also, my accountant filed an extension, and I'm gonna have to pay taxes in October now. October, not so I'm gonna, and that's gonna be a big one. I don't know how much, but it's gonna be huge. Gonna be a big one. Anyway, and again, I bought a bunch of stuff. Let's go on here. Amber International raises $25.5 million to expand 100 million crypto reserve strategy. I think I just read that. Is this? Oh, it's from a Comey, I think. Jeremy says, this is so complicated. I have an idea, saying we should get a big exchange and then market OMI. Jeremy is one of the most intelligent people that I've met. Top 20. Yeah. I mean, I know some freaks that are too smart, but Jeremy's up there. He's not just successful; he's exceedingly intelligent, and he's smarter than me. So when he says something like, "Hey, this isn't complicated, big exchange and market OMI," we're already on OKX, and anyone that wants to get OMI can get it on Uniswap. They can bet on Coinbase Wallet and get it on Meta. Like, if you really want to get it, you can get it. A big exchange would not do anything, and Delorean just had the biggest, the biggest marketing campaign that I've seen for a token, I think, ever. And you know, it dumped like 70% the first day. Obviously, that's a combination of KOLs and people that have bought in the pre-sale, and obviously it's doing much better now. And the fundamentals have not changed for Delorean. The fundamentals are there, where I think it goes crazy in an alt season bull market. Granted, OMI doesn't really have that. When I say that, I mean, like, it doesn't have like the KOLs that will dump. It doesn't have the people that are, although I should be getting some. Yeah, okay. It doesn't have the people that bought in the pre-sale, or like anyone that bought in the pre-sales, that they're already gone or they're hodling for life, right? So I think Jeremy says this because he doesn't have time to actually look at the, like, okay, what have they done? What haven't they done? What has worked for people in the past? Like, again, you don't have a company that gets bought by Berkshire Hathaway. Like, Warren Buffett does not buy your company unless you are just locked the F in. Jeremy's company did get bought by Berkshire Hathaway because he was locked in and doesn't really have time to do all the nuances of a lot of this crypto. So I understand why he says it. If he had more time and was interested, I am sure. Oh my gosh, my body. I am sure that he would come to the similar conclusion. Anyway, Foster Hill goes on and says, "Hey, Jeremy, the old migration was absolutely complicated and took 12 plus hours and required multiple sets of gas fees. I certainly don't blame anyone for not wanting to use it. The good news is that the current migration only takes one click and has platform-sponsored gas fees, meaning that users will receive their tokens instantaneously and only require OMI to engage in the ecosystem. We are quite excited that the token will soon be available directly on the Coinbase exchange through their integration of base DEX tokens, ensuring that any Coinbase user will have access to the token. Increasing accessibility of the token via SEX, DEX, and fiat onboarding are all important and things we continue to pursue. We have begun to dip our toes in marketing the token through OMI giveaways that we did during NFC Lisbon and found success, and are looking forward to further opportunities to expand the OMI user base through promotion and utilities for the project. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to let us know, and I hope you're doing well." God, I love him for that. Okay, my back is dying. I have to like do a couple pull-ups here because my back needs a good stretch. Oh gosh, it burns. Oh, okay, we're gonna hang. We're gonna hang. We're gonna go down. Oh, okay. We cracked the back a little bit, and I think that's what was needed. Oh gosh. Okay. Ooh. We're coming back. Back to the beginning. Back to when the earth, the sun, the stars, all alive. Let the rain fall down. Wake my dreams, let it wash away insanity. And I wanna feel the thunder, I wanna meow. Okay, where were we? R. Kelly watching Diddy get away with it. Winnie Hut Jr. Shout out to daCAT for being #1 on Memezilla pretty much every day for the rest of its life. Savid says, what will VeVe officials' big announcement be? He says this week, but I think he means next week. Nintendo, Epic Games, Riot Games, Rockstar, EA, Activision Blizzard, Square Enix, Mojang, MiHoYo. Obviously, it's going to be next week, and Nintendo would be the best, right? Epic Games, Riot Games. I don't think Rockstar would be good. EA probably not. Activision Blizzard probably. Yeah, that I could see that. Square Enix, same. Mojang, MiHoYo. I don't even know what they are. Obviously, with this again, Nintendo would be the best. Would definitely settle for Epic. Would definitely settle for Riot, and then Activision Blizzard, then Square Enix as well. Maybe they help with the VeVe-verse. Oh my gosh, my back. Thinking about marketing. Okay, read that. Oh gosh. I like Rune says dog on Bitcoin. He says the #1 meme on the #1 blockchain is the obvious choice. He says 100x to 1000x incoming. That sounds insane. I don't know anything about it. What do you all think? Something more. Clever Jerk posting his physical collection, bro. This dude, I love this dude so much. And it's his Jeff the Land Shark. Oh my god, that is so freaking cool. I love Jeff the Land Shark so much. When OMI or DEVVE or Definity or all three make me rich, I'll be very happy and I'll buy a bunch of Jeff the Land Shark stuff. I don't know if you could tell, but this is me at like age 19, 20. I don't know when this picture was taken. Breaking BlackRock, Fidelity, and ARK Invest just bought $575.8 million worth of Bitcoin. Whales are absolutely loading up. Bitcoin could hit 170K as global M2 supply reaches a record 55.48 trillion. And the US dollar posts its worst first half since 1973. This is from Cointelegraph, and this was, I think, on the 3rd. 20,000 Bitcoin worth 2.18 billion have been activated after 14.3 years. In 2011, these Bitcoin were worth $15,400. What is that? Sounds so strange. Either way, it's after 14 years. It's insane. BlackRock and Fidelity have bought 57,700 Ethereum worth 148.5 million. They know that ETH is going to 10,000. Watcher Guru says Dorman address moves 10,000 Bitcoin worth over $1 billion for the first time in 14 years. There's a lot of those recently. Cointelegraph says a solo miner successfully mined a Bitcoin block, earning 3.173 Bitcoin worth nearly $350,000. How did he do that? I have zero idea. DEVVE says, who says you can't have the best of both worlds? The DEVVX blockchain takes what DeFi does best, like self-custody and instant global settlement, but without the risks and trade-offs everyone assumes are unavoidable, like fraud, theft, and loss. It's DeFi-level innovation with TradFi-grade protections because the future of finance is both. Ash Crypto Real says Bitcoin typically peaks 18 months after the halving. Will history repeat itself? Historically, Bitcoin reaches its cycle peak around 18 months after each halving. If this pattern holds, the next peak could occur in September, aligning with a potential Fed rate cut. But what makes this cycle different? It's institutionally driven, exhibits less volatility, shows a slower, more stable price climb. Unlike past cycles, we may be in a longer, more sustained bull run. I think that's possible. Who says shows a slower, more stable price climb. Unlike past cycles, we may be in a longer, more sustained bull run. A Fed cut rate would further fuel this momentum, potentially signaling the beginning of an extended bull market. It could. Delorean Labs, happy 4th of July to the American families out there. Be safe today, DMC degens, and try not to get any speeding tickets. American Dad, TBS. Yeah, great. What are we at here? A minute, hour 14? 300 viewers, and let's see where my group chat is at. Sorry, there's been a lot of tokens millions without faking it. It's pretty tough. I feel like it's clear that until we get on exchange, volume won't be there. It's about real marketing hype. The green candles, I'll give it later this year, will help get more green candles. When it comes to trading activity buys, yep. Okay, cool beans. Well, Bitcoin has been consolidating. Oh no, I read that before. FTX Recovery Trust says payouts may be forfeited in restricted jurisdictions like China and Russia. Damn. Russian state giant Rostek plans ruble-pegged stablecoin payment platform on Tron. Why Tron? I think Polkadot would be better, right? Just in United States threatens 17% tariff on European Union food exports. 19 people made their first purchase last week. Very nice. Unfortunately, since June 24th, we only had one day where we had 1,000 users. The bottom was June 29th, 664, and average like 750 per day outside of those two things. So not a great end for June. Only had one day with 1,000 plus. I think the next thing they should focus on is the Common Curator program, because I got people waiting in the wings, ready to come on. They're ready. Also, someone bought $10,000. Someone bought 10,000 Bitcoin for $15,400 and hodled for 14 years and sold on the 3rd for 1.1 billion. What a freaking legend! I told people the other day I'm getting more SHIRO soon. I got more SHIRO, and Grumpy X had reposted saying still accumulating SHIRO on Ethereum, #1 cat on Shibarium Net, friend of Shiba Inu coin, releasing on VeVe official, and chilled Alex Becker website. Very nice. Very nice. Who dis? Well, again, if you do candles good as pull-ups, we go into the moon. Aw. I can do pull-ups all day. I can do pull-ups all day, every day. I'm taking the account, market cap, getting into position where it's just not hopeful and dry powder. Yep. Roadmap to be understood. Okay, there is a gal from the Devi official group talking about roadmaps are to be understood as guidelines, not fixed deadlines. Building something of this scale is inherently complex. It often requires a coordination with third parties, ongoing negotiations, and external approvals, all of which can influence delivery dates. While the team works hard to prove clarity, flexibility is sometimes required. That said, we've consistently shown that we are open, transparent, and honest with the community, and that's not going to change. The upcoming roadmap has been prepared with greater care and realism, and it is intended to serve as a clear directional guide, while acknowledging that some details may evolve as the project progresses. As always, if there's anything significant to communicate, it will be shared officially and clearly. Again, that is coming from Devi. Cannot wait. Mint Junkie has the number 1776, John Walker, Captain America Ultra Rare, Captain America Uncommon, Steve Rogers poster for Hawkeye. Got everything. When VeVe does a live stream, they should really stream to both X and YouTube, or else they'll just get 41 people. They should really live stream to both. It would do wonders. According to 10X research, over the past year, large holders or Bitcoin whales have offloaded more than 500,000 Bitcoin, worth over 50 billion at current prices. Meanwhile, ETFs, treasuries, companies, and other institutions combined have absorbed nearly 900,000 tokens in the past year. These entities now hold about 4.8 million coins out of approximately 20 million Bitcoin in circulation. Yep. I think that people have given up their keys to the future, and they gave it to the institutions. President Trump signed that one big beautiful bill into law yesterday, and look at the Gary Basement one-of-one artwork. So beautiful. Beautiful. Meow, 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 meow. Thing that you proposed one day a while back, like I told the VC, that we're looking for quality of us at this point. Probably not time quantity. Quantity will come once we have quantity. Yep. There's value. Yep. Okay. Buyer, deal terms. Oh, we have Definity. YEY back Definity markets. Okay, yeah, we got to go over this here. Got to go over this. That is not what they just did. Definity. All right, Definity markets. They have gone on and posted an article. YEY back Definity markets. Earlier this year, Definity markets joined EY's FinTech growth program. Now we're gearing up for a strong final 2 quarters. In January 2025, Definity Markets was selected to join the EY FinTech Growth Program, a highly selective initiative designed to support the most promising scaling fintechs in the UK. This wasn't just another accelerator. It was focused, hands-on partnership with one of the world's leading professional services firms, creating to help high-growth companies like our scale with intention and resilience. That was definitely written with AI. Over the course of the program, our leadership team worked closely with EY experts on the most critical levers of fintech success: tax strategy and structuring, regulatory readiness, fundraising and investor preparation, and global expansion planning. The strategic foundation couldn't have come at a better time. At the start of the year, we had just secured a Jersey virtual asset protector registration, giving us a compliant and regulated base to operate across fiat and digital asset markets. By the time we completed the EY program, we were ready to take the full Definity model live, building the institutional standard. Definity Markets was founded to solve a simple but powerful challenge. How do we bring institutional structure to the fast evolving world of digital assets? Most digital trading venues were built for speed, retail speculation, or token launches. Very few are designed to meet the compliance execution and connectivity demanded of banks, asset managers, and funds. That's where Definity comes in. We've built a full stack matching and settlement venue that merges with liquidity and transparency on traditional ECNs with the flexibility of digital assets. Institutional grade ECN for FX digital assets, aggregated liquidity from global market makers, custody agnostic access, fixed API connectivity and standard rulebook, embedded KYC AML framework, and fiat rails supporting GBP, Euro, USD, and more than 30 other base currencies and stablecoins. Unlike other platforms that operate in silos, Definity connects fiat and crypto seamlessly, offering institutional counterparties the ability to execute multi-asset strategies in one compliant venue. I will continue this as I do more pull-ups, or after I do more pull-ups, because today is not a good day for my back. Oh, okay. I don't know if that's going to make it better or worse. I mean, I think it's going to make it better. No, I put my chair forward and I didn't mean to. All right, foregoing the blanket on this one. From EY to Series A, what's next? We're delighted to be part of EY's program, said Chris Park, Definity's Chief Risk Officer, earlier this year. We believe being an EY client helps us prepare for the next stage of growth. The market for digital assets is expanding rapidly, and we're laying the foundation for true institutional adoption. Foundation is now in place, and our roadmap is accelerating. Since January, we've onboarded a growing list of institutional participants, strengthened our infrastructure, and expanded our regulatory engagement across multiple jurisdictions. As we enter the Series A phase, we're focused on scaling our ecosystem globally, onboarding strategic partners, and expanding access to Definity platform. Why am I lightheaded all of a sudden? We're not here to follow trends. We're here to build the future of institutional finance, where traditional assets and digital innovative converge with trust, speed, and structure. Want to learn more? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Want to learn more? Just ask me. Or go to their Telegram. One of the two. daCAT, again, being number one on Memezilla, which they do pretty much every day. Dream Media, Dream Big, has 68,000 followers on X, and they love DMC and Sui. Also, BitVavo, 90,000 followers over on X. They love DMC as well. So again, they're crushing it with marketing. Mingled member. Blackpink will make history. I think, is that today? Blackpink will make history today as the first K-pop female group to perform at Goyang Stadium in South Korea with a capacity of 41,311 seats, selling out both shows. Congrats to them. They are crushing it. Binance founder CZ says he got into crypto too late after seeing the 2011 whales casually moving crypto they got for 10 cents. Bananas. Definity was working yesterday, and they did good. They did good. In the few days that have happened already in the month of July, they are crushing it. And again, they are my biggest bag. And they're going to make me so much freaking money. Oh my God, they're, again, crushing it. On this day in 2017, there was a gal who peed on the American flag, and it was wild, wild stuff. Do y'all remember that? Comment down below if you remember. And what do you think of that gal? Haters, they're good. Gary O says, I love these burns. Secret rare in circulation 39, talking about Edge of Spider-Verse, where you got a T-Rex Spider-Man in there, which is pretty cool. And the dude has one. They had a bunch of, actually, how much of these? Okay. Go to Edge of the Spider-Verse. If I type in Edge, if I type in edging, what comes up? I'll type in Edge and I'll see what happens. Okay, it's gonna be a comic. Edge of Spider-Verse. Was it number 1? There's a couple Edge of Spider-Verse number 1s. Okay, which one is he talking about? Burn 68 Spider. Oh, it's volume 2. God, there's so many of these. I have zero idea where we're gonna. It's not the one against Stacy. It's definitely the one with the dinosaurs. But he said it's number 2. Well, that's gonna have to remain a mystery then. The people died for that flag, not cool. So I agree, it wasn't cool. It was not cool. But the reason I asked is because I actually had her on the podcast like years later. I think I put her name as Emily Lance on the podcast. Because yeah, it was a wild time. Yeah, it was so the part of the reason I got her on is because we'd known each other beforehand, and there was someone that legit put out a hit on her. Now, granted, the hit was like $3,000, and no hitman worth their salt is gonna move for like that's a joke. But I was like, okay, this is like real. Like you're actually gonna get like, and if you keep this up, you're probably gonna get pew-pewed. And she's just like, meh. And I was like, oh my god, my friends are crazy. So obviously we had a couple of talks, like, you know, I'm pretty sure she regrets it. But yeah, wild times. Again, part of what I do on the podcast, I just like to talk to people and be like, hey, why do you do what you do? And yeah, so I won't like talk to anyone, but I'll talk to most people. Shout out for Mr. MC1 for reposting this stuff. Recent whales can't hold. Yep. Recent whales can't hold. Only the strong will survive. I think we remember last term, mindset, marketing. That's why I remember long term. Yes, love you, Grumpy. People play, for Grumpy. Look at my wallets, multiple years. Yeah, we love Grumpy. So it's like everyone wants to have. You've seen the Grumpy X.ETH wallet. Everyone wants to have Grumpy, like, you know that movie Aristocats. In one of the songs, like everybody wants to be a cat. Everybody wants Grumpy to be in their project because they know Grumpy doesn't sell. I don't know what Grumpy does. In my head, me and Grumpy are dating, but Grumpy has diamond hands. Real diamond hands. Oh my god, there's so much in this group chat. I'm gonna have to save that for later. 8 dormant Satoshi era Bitcoin wallets activated after 14 years, moving a total of $8.6 billion in Bitcoin within the last 48 hours. I repeat, 8 dormant Satoshi era Bitcoin wallets have reactivated after 14 years, moving a total of $8.6 billion in Bitcoin in the last 48 hours. Insane. Also, VeVe NFT Comics has finally got my Maserati Alfieri special edition on VeVe Official. Only 44 exist, and so far only 34 in circulation. The car collection continues to grow. That dude is insane. I love that dude. Oh, my back. Oh, also, I gotta take a look at something here. Oh, no, don't have to do that. I want to check. Okay, where am I here? I'm still on yesterday. A whale bought 567 Bitcoin worth $61.1 million yesterday, while people panic sold due to 80K Bitcoin transfer. Smart money bought the dip. So that's all from yesterday as well. And again, my back is destroyed, and I have to go let the doggo out. Oh, also before I go, if you use code, whatever that code is, 3 Victor 3 Sierra 5 Mike 3 Romeo on your Pokemon TCG Pocket, you receive 24 hourglasses. What? Yeah, you do. You're welcome. You're welcome for anyone that does that. Kid Arcade wants VeVe Official to have a fireworks drop so they can celebrate 4th of July and use it for the Disney Castle year round. I don't know if we're gonna get a Disney Castle, but Kid Arcade wants that, and yeah, I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be dope. Anyway, I have a bunch of other stuff to go over, but that's going to have to wait until tomorrow for that show because I have to get to writing. I have a lot more stuff to do. So I will catch you all later. Everyone comment, like, and subscribe. Comment good for the YouTube algorithm. I will catch you all later. Bye-bye, everybody. Meow. Meow, Randy. Never mind, I'll find some